Okay, so I want to talk about the pay per child program, better known as child support. Now, to me, I think that if we cut all this forced child support on men, it would cut down on unwanted bastards. You can get upset if you want to, but if you're unwed and you're having kids that the daddy doesn't want or whatever the case, a bastard is a bastard. I'm a bastard. Um, to to force a man to have a child that he doesn't want and then claim that it's against your religion or against your beliefs is the biggest cop out that I see women take. Because most women know better. You know better than having unprotected sex and then trying to force a man to have a child just so that you can get a check. Of course, every woman out there is not doing that. A lot of people actually go through the normal routine and get married first and have children and then get divorced or whatever the case, separated, however. I personally got married very young, had a couple of kids, and separated. Do I think that I'm better for making better decisions? No. Am I still a single parent? Yes. But would I ever have a child with a man that didn't want the child? No. Doesn't matter if he's broke, rich, or whatever the case. That's the worst thing you can do to somebody. You're bringing a life into the world, and it's an unwanted one. So there's going to be a bunch of friction and anger. And for women to be able to say, it's my body, my choice, and I can go get an abortion or go put the child up for adoption, it's really unfair that by now in 2014 we don't have anything set up for men who don't want a child. And women are hypocrites, first off. I mean, all of us are hypocrites, whatever. But the fact of the matter is that we have the choice, we have the say-so, and we don't give men the same respect. And then we go and constantly raise the child support or sit around at his job or try to pop up and see if he's got a raise or whatever the case. Me, I've done the math. If my ex-husband had my kids, our two kids, I'd be paying my rent to him and then still have my rent to pay. I'm not rich. There's no way that I could probably afford that, which is probably why I don't enforce child support on them. It's not right. I mean, putting paperwork in people's lives, that's kind of for someone who's stalking you, not for someone who made the mistake of getting you pregnant. And let's face it, if you talk to most of our exes, we were a mistake. If you talk to most of us, they were a mistake. And yet, we don't make the mistake of missing a child support hearing. Now, Ray Caruth, that is like the main reason why men should not be enforced to pay child support for the bastards they don't want to take care of. You shouldn't be allowed to get somebody caught up and then take them to court and get money. If you ain't worth shit, why do you think that you're worth more just because of the sperm that spread in you? It doesn't make any sense. There's so many good men out there trying to be in their kids' lives. And me, personally, I'm not the easiest person to get along with. I am extremely unlovable and unlikable once I can't stand you or once you upset me. I make a man not want to come around at all. I'm not making excuses for any men that don't take care of their children, but there's a lot of women out here that think that just because they're behind on child support, they're not paying, that you have the right to keep the child from the dad, and that's illegal. And yet, how many women do you know going to jail over it? compared to how many women you hear doing it. 1 in a million, baby. To claim that us women want equal rights and then deny men equal say-so in the decision of whether or not we have a child or not, just because we were drunk, high, stupid, young, whatever. That's the most hypocritical, ignorant, jacked up mess you could ever do to a man. And you wonder why so many men are dogging women out. And we love, love, love to play the victim and talk about how much a man's lying or cheating and this, that, and the other thing. We forget to mention all the stuff that we do, the nagging we do, the control issues we have, and how we go through their phones and look for stuff and get upset when we find it. Women, to me, are the biggest hypocrites and victim players in the world. We can go get drunk, screw a couple of guys, wake up, sober up, be ashamed of ourselves, and instead of just shutting up and leaving it alone, rape. Yeah. Everybody's onto the game, but it doesn't matter because you have to prove. And when it comes to rape, you're pretty much guilty until proven innocent. That will ruin lives. I've seen football players that have a great future and screw the wrong woman, and it's gone. I've seen a female lie on a man, and then years later, she owns up to somebody else that she lied, and that man's future is already gone and down the drain. He's already labeled a rapist. Men go to jail, and then women get a change of heart or just get caught up. For people to want equal rights, we sure as hell leave the men out because they should know better. You're supposed to work, have kids, die. Heaven forbid you leave the woman, or it's a woman that is just a cum bucket, just a hoe, because a lot of females, that is what it is. You are just a hoe. I mean, look around. If you have just as many kids as you have baby daddies, the odds are probably a hoe. You can try to claim, oh no, but it's a different relationship. Well, if you couldn't even get a man to marry you, why are you trying to have children with him? Why is it that a lot of women now are looking for baby daddies and not husbands or mates? Because they're looking for a check. A lot of women aren't even trying to work, so bust a nut. That's it. Very unfair to men. Very unfair. I have been talked about quite a bit from women because of the fact that I feel this way. And it doesn't make sense to me. We can sit here and do this boo-hoo, he lies, he cheats, so let me take everything he has. Big problem with the court system. Men cheat. Men have been cheating since forever. So now, when you get a little bit of money and you mess up and you cheat, you pretty much lose everything. You lose half of everything for a fling. We are in the time, we're in the era of the victim. Everybody is the victim. Everybody's just feeling pity, 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 pity for themselves. We go get married, people get divorced, we make mistakes. But to sit there and blame everything on a man because half of the women don't want to own up to the crappy wives that they are, or baby moms, or girlfriends, live-in, whatever you are, it's very unfair. You have men in the military barely making a few dollars because they have kids with other women. Yes, a lot of people have different kids with different women and men. But the only difference between men and women is one gets a check and one gets a bill. Is it fair? No. And then if the man makes more money and has the means to take care of the children, what do the women do? I'm the mother. I had him. I had the child. The child was living in me for this long. Well, if that's the case, shouldn't you be paying more money for the child? Think about it. It just doesn't make sense. We all want to be innocent. I mean, we always want to be the victim. We want to do and have our cake and eat it too. But if we screw up, it's everybody else's fault. And we wonder why men are so angry. There's a lot of bitter bitches out there. I see them all the time from the cheating and lying. And the first thing they do is mention taking everything somebody has. You're a cunt. You're an evil, self-centered, heartless, cold cunt. Period. And honestly, if you're that way, your mother was probably that way. Call it what you want. Your mom was probably just as fucked up as you. Me, my mom, my granny, we didn't get down like that. We got married, we lost out, whatever the case. If a man wants to take care of his kids, who the hell are you to try to force somebody? That's a bunch of crap. Everybody wants to have everybody take care of them, and they don't want to do anything to take care of themselves. And just because you have a vagina, that means that you're entitled to more money and less work? No, men don't think. Men are stupid. That's no surprise. But we're in the era of the victim. Poor me. Oh, I slipped and fell. Sue. He cheated. Sue. Uh-oh. Got pregnant. I can easily go get me a couple $100 fix to it, but no. Instead of me going to pay $200 to go fix the issue, I'm going to bring in $500-600 a month. Just because I can. And where's them kids at while you're at the club 3 or 4 nights a week? Ain't no shock. Everybody is on Facebook, MySpace, Twitter, whatever the hell you're on. We see you at the club every freaking week. Don't even have to be a weekend. Where's the child support going? I'll wait. I take care of my kids. I pay for all this, that, and the other thing, and da-da-da-da-da-da. And then you get upset because men go out and have fun, and then you're stuck pawning your kids off on other people? Ain't nobody slick. You can see how people roll out in packs of deadbeats. We talk about them